Good morning, children. Sairam. I hope you all are good. I'm also fine. Children, for today we are having very interesting chapter, that is the address. As you know that address is one of the most important factor which is related to the identity of a person. Yes, we are having different forms of identity, but address is something. If we want to send letter to somebody, we need address. If you want to meet someone, we need address. We need address for so many things, and address is something that denotes your identity, I think, properly. So this chapter is about a girl, that how she went to her old address to meet someone who were earlier their neighbors, and what kind of experience she get, whether it was good one or it was bad one. We are going to see that in the chapter. So let's begin with it. About the author, Marga Minko is a Dutch journalist and author. She lives and works in Amsterdam. She was born on March 31, 1920 in the village of Ginneken in southwest of the Netherlands. As a that is incomplete one. Introduction. During World War II, the Germans, the Nazis under Hitler, invaded Holland where 90% of the people were Jews. Many of the Jews fled in fear to other countries. Thousands were imprisoned in concentration camps. A woman and her little daughter and also had also to leave their home. So this chapter is about that woman and her little daughter only. You must be knowing, if you have studied history, that under the rule of Hitler, the condition of the Jews were very bad, and he gave the order to kill everyone like that who belonged to, means that community. He was against them. So mercilessly people were killing Jews, and that's why there was a woman and her little daughter, and they were also forced to leave their place and just go away for the sake of their lives. Characters. The narrator, Marga Minko, Mrs. S, mother of the narrator. Mrs. Dorling, an acquaintance of the narrator's mother, a girl of 15, daughter of Mrs. Dorling. So, this chapter is about the real experience of the narrator and her mother and Mrs. Dorling, who was their neighbor, and a girl of 15 who was the daughter of Mrs. Dorling. So, let's see. Summary of the address. The address summary will help you learn easily about the story written by Margo Minko. It gives an account of the chaos which follows war. We see what it does to humans and their behavior. You can feel the pain, grief, and mental torture the survivors of war have to go through. It is about the author's story, who is a Jew and returns to her native home post war. So, when the girl was small, they had to leave that place, but when she grew up, she wanted to go back to her place, to her old house, to see the different things and just to recall the memory of her mother. After suffering many losses, she even loses her mother. Further, it is about how she handles the world alone after going through so much pain. Moreover, we learn about the world's cruelty towards the oppressed. Upon suffering from further oppression, she realizes a lesson in a tough way. She comes to realize that nothing is kept in a materialistic things, and she gives everything up. Thus, it shows us about human pain and self actualization. So the girl lost her mother. The girl means the narrator. She lost her mother, and the address where she wanted to reach, which was their old house, was given to her by her mother only, and she just wanted to go there so that she can feel her mother again, because there were so many things in that house she wanted to touch, she wanted to feel, and she wanted to recall the memories of her mother. That's why she wanted to go to her old house. Old house in this sense, the old place where they used to live and where they had one neighbor who was Mrs. Darling. And actually, what happened during the time of war when they were supposed to leave that place, the mother of the narrator, she gave her so many expensive things to the neighbor who was Mrs. Darling. So she gave so many things to her. That's why I think this girl wanted to go there so that she can see those things again and she can recall all that was in her childhood. The address begins with a victim of war going back to her native place. It is about a daughter who returns to her home in Holland. She goes there to search for her mother's belongings after the war. When she reaches her native place, she does not receive a warm welcome. She follows the address she has on her. It is house number 46 in Marconi Street. A woman opens the door and refuses to recognize the girl on the door. The author notices the woman wearing her mother's green knitted sweater. Thus, she became even surer that she was in the right place. However, the woman did not deny not knowing her mother. So, what happened? When the girl went to that address, there was one lady who was Mrs. Darling, and she opened the door and the girl saw her. Though initially the lady showed that she is not recognizing the girl, but the girl actually, what she saw, that the old lady was wearing a green kind of sweater which was made by her mother. So that memory was somewhere in her mind. So the girl was a bit sure that she has come to the right house, it's not the wrong address. Despite the author's resistance, the woman did not entertain her and closed the door on her. The author was going back when she starts thinking about the bygone days. She got the address from her mother years ago. After returning to her home post war, she notices a lot of things missing from the place. Thus, her mother gives her an address of Mrs. Darling. She learns that Mrs. Darling is an old acquaintance of her mother. So, the girl was quite sure that she has come to the right place, but the lady did not entertain her. Did not entertain means she did not show any kind of positivity. She was not welcoming the girl at all, and rather she just closed the door. But the girl was recalling the old things and she was thinking in their mind that this address is given by my mother to me. And my mother used to tell me when I was small that there are some of the belongings which were ours and we have given to the neighbors. And those neighbors were Mrs. Darling and her daughter. So that's why the girl was recalling each and everything in her mind and she wanted to go to that lady so that she can see the things. Thus, her mother handed over all their valuable possessions to Mrs. Darling to keep them safe. Thus, after many years, the author thinks of going back to take them possessions. Thus, after being told to go away by Mrs. Darling on her visit, she goes back once again. On her second visit, 15-year-old answers the door. So when the girl went there for the first time, the lady did not show any interest to welcome her. That's why after some time the girl again decided that she will go there once again. So now this time on her second visit, what happened? Darling's 15-year-old daughter, she just opened the door. We learn that the mother was not at home. The author told her about her wish to meet her mother. The girl takes her in the house. To the author's surprise, she notices the room full of things her mother possessed. The room was not similar, but the things were all very familiar. She started to feel so uncomfortable. She now had no desire to possess her mother's belongings. Thus, she leaves the home and thought of for getting the address and the thought of ever getting those things back. So now what happened when she actually went, because the girl welcomed her, she called her inside. That's why the narrator, she went inside, and when the narrator went inside, she saw each and everything, and most of the things were their own. She could actually feel them because those things were theirs. So when she saw them actually, now she was not comfortable at all. Earlier, she used to think that when she will go there, she will think of the mother, she will think of her childhood, and it will give some kind of pleasure to her. But when actually she was in that situation and condition, now she was not liking that at all. She was very much uncomfortable. Why she was uncomfortable? There was a reason behind it, and the reason was that all the things that belonged to the narrator and her mother were not kept in the same way as they used to keep it. It means that now the conditions of those things were very, very poor. Like they were having some of the antique pieces, unusual pieces, different pieces, different kind of crockery, you can say, different kind of tablecloth, you can say. But now when that narrator actually, she saw the things, they were not kept in the proper way, and this thing somewhere touched her. She was hurt actually, because see children, when you are attached to something very deeply and you gift, suppose you gifted that to your friend or any of your neighbor, and when you actually see them misutilizing that thing or not taking care of that thing, so somewhere I think it hurts you. So in the same way, it hurted a lot the girl, and she just wanted to leave that place. And when she was leaving, she decided that she will never going to come back. So this was the thing, and this was the chapter, the address. Now, conclusion of the address. To sum up, the address summary, we learn the intricate emotions of humans like trust, hope, and betrayal, as well as the ill effects of war. So, in this chapter, you will be having so many things that due to the ill effects of the war, the family had to leave that place. Due to they were leaving the place, they had to hand over their stuff to their neighbors. Because of that, the girl came back to see the stuff, but when she actually saw that, she was not at all happy, rather she was very, very uncomfortable. So this is the conclusion of the chapter. Now let's see the reading portion. This short story is a poignant account of a daughter who goes in search of her mother's belongings after the war in Holland. When she finds them, the objects evoke memories of her earlier life. However, she decides to leave them all behind and resolves to move on. "Do you still know me?" I asked. The woman looked at me searchingly. She had opened the door a chink. I came closer and stood on the step. "No, I don't know you. I am Mrs. S.'s daughter." She held her hand on the door as though she wanted to prevent it opening any further. Her face gave absolutely no sign of recognition. She kept staring at me in silence. So, here the narrator is talking about that lady, that when she went to the address and Mrs. Dowling came to open the door, what actually was happening. Dowling was not showing any interest to welcome her, but the girl was continuously, reminding her that I am Mrs. S. daughter, we were your neighbor when I was small, but the lady did not show any kind of interest. And children, please mind it, in the chapter also, I would like to clear it. Some of you may be thinking, because when I'm teaching in the class also, children always ask me this question, ma'am, this is darling or darling? So it is Dorling, Dorling. It's not darling. It's not a misprint. Okay, so just keep that thing in mind. This is Mrs. Dorling. Okay. Perhaps I was mistaken, I thought. Perhaps it isn't her. I had seen her only once, fleetingly, and that was years ago. It was most probable that I had rung the wrong bell. The woman let go of the door and stepped to the side. She was wearing my mother's green knitted cardigan. The wooden buttons were rather pale from washing. She saw that I was looking at the cardigan and half hid herself again behind the door. But I knew now that I was right. So, when continuously the girl was reminding her, but the lady was not accepting any of her things, then what the girl saw, she saw that the lady was wearing a cardigan, a kind of sweater which was knitted by her mother, and the buttons of that cardigan were yellowish because with time it faded away. And when Mrs. Darling, she saw that the girl is watching her, what she did cleverly, she hid her body behind the door because she was not feeling comfortable. Mrs. Darling, I think she was not willing to welcome her, as still she was having the belongings of theirs. So maybe that's why she was not interested in that. Well, you knew my mother, I asked. Have you come back? Said the woman. I thought that no one had come back, only me. A door opened and closed in the passage behind her. A musty smell emerged. I regret I cannot do anything for you. I have come here specially on the train. I wanted to talk to you for a moment. It is not convenient for me now, said the woman. I can't see you, and at that time. She nodded and cautiously closed the door as though no one inside the house should be disturbed. I stood where I was on the step. The curtain in front of the bay window moved. Someone stared at me and would then have asked what I wanted. Oh, nothing, the woman would have said. It was nothing. I looked at the nameplate again. Darling, it said, in black letters on the white enamel, and on the jamb a bit higher the number 46. This address you have to keep in mind: Marconi Street, house number 46. Please just remember it forever. So this is just the reading. You go through the complete chapter, read it thoroughly, try and understand that. If you're having any problem, you can ask me related to the chapters. And that's all for today. Thank you. Sairam.